Hey, I'm so excited about today's video. My name is Nicole. I am a expat and wellness coach, and I help Black and Brown women moving to Asia. And I help them in building a full life. So, talking about money, well-being, and community, and really just without romanticizing it. I have been living abroad for 11 years, mostly I would say in Asia. So I know a thing or two. And someone asked me a question on my last video, so I decided to create a video to respond to that because I thought it was a great question. The question was, what would I say to my younger self if I was packing to go to Asia now? Okay, like if I was getting ready, it's my first time, what would be the things that I would say? So, firstly, and I always take notes because just to keep myself organized. The first thing is I just want to save you some stress. So, please listen to the whole video and always know that I'm going from a holistic approach because moving abroad, you're moving and creating a life. So the first thing that I would say is that you're not just moving. You're not moving. You are actually building a full life. And parts of that full life is your well-being, it's community, and it is money. So you really want to make sure that you're thinking about these components as you are planning your move. And also, you're not just planning for vibes. You're not just planning because of something you saw on Instagram. Um, so I just want you to keep that in mind. So the first thing is mindset shift. The person that you are when you're moving is not going to be the same person when you land. Um, So I would say for sure, like you have to be prepared and understand that you are going to change. Some of the things that you've needed to do or believe to thrive and live where you are will not necessarily be the same in the new set country. So being open to having like mindset shifts, um, otherwise you are going to be stuck. So you have to just be open. Um, And you need to ask yourself, can I build a whole life there? Just ask yourself, can you build a whole life there? Now, next, number two is money. I would say don't don't move with hope math. Like I hope it's gonna work out. I hope, everything is gonna go, especially if you're a woman of a certain age, if you're a woman who desires nice things in life, you don't want to move. Um, I don't talk to the backpackers. So if you're a backpacker, that this information is not, I am not talking to you. I'm talking about a woman who's not trying to, figure it out. It's going to be a little bit more calculated. So I would say you need to know what is your monthly cost, your baseline cost. So when I say baseline, I mean transport, rent, food, phone, health, fun. You need to know what that number is. And then I would also say have like a 90-day cushion plan, even if it's small. And then, of course, depending on the kind of visa you're having, that you have money for these visas. So I would definitely keep in mind your numbers because the first 90 days, just like I shared with me getting myself sorted into Hong Kong, usually the first 30 to 60 or even 90 days, you're just setting yourself up. So the more that you have it planned, you have an idea, is the less stress you're going to create for yourself. It's the more grounded you're going to feel, the more relaxed that you're going to feel. And I've moved more than once, and I understand that every time you move, you are starting from scratch. You are adjusting to the country's rules, expectations, like you're just readjusting all the time. And the time that I've ever like felt like not calm is when my money was funny. Okay, like no one wants to be stressed out about money. I've seen so many times where people have had GoFundMe's or people are all, and don't get me wrong, I know things happen, but like just prepare yourself, you know? You just really want to prepare yourself in the beginning just so you can have ease because flights generally is like going all the way to $1,000, right, to this part of the world. So you don't want to be really stressed out. This is not a quick, $200 flight. So I would make sure stay ready so you don't have to get ready, essentially. Now, number three, I talk about this pretty much all the time, right? Well-being, your nervous system. Um, if you're already anxious at home, you're not going to magically become Zen as soon as you arrive into the country of your dreams. So you really need to have two routines in place that you are going to start when you land in that country. And I would even advise start doing it before you leave. So whether it's like a meditation plan, whether it's a walk that you do, whether it's maybe some sun salutations, whether it's prayer, whether it's journaling, whether it's listening to your favorite like playlist. You need to have like a wellness plan when you're maybe feeling slightly agitated, when you're feeling like things aren't going exactly as you'd like it to go, but you need to know what that is and make sure you do that. In addition to having a proper sleep routine, it's so important. Make sure you have your melatonin when you are traveling. Sometimes people, it's hard to adjust to a new time zone, especially to Asia. So I would say have your melatonin, have your vitamins. And then also know what country you're in. Are there any extra herbs or things of that nature? But make sure you do it right away. And remember, consistency is definitely a flex. Consistency is something that will always calm your nervous system. So just find something that you can commit to, something that is sustainable, and just do it. Number four, community. I'm heavy on community. I told you I've lived 11 years abroad, and you want community. Why? And you don't want to wait till when you settle. Don't wait until you arrive into to the country and say, "Where's everyone at?" Remember, people are here living their lives. Start going on certain websites, go on Meetup, look at the Facebook and look at the different events. Join certain groups of things of your interest. Start finding ways to connect and build community so that when you arrive, you would have maybe had 2 to 3 touch points with this person, like communicating, and then you can maybe schedule like a coffee day or a walk. It's so, so helpful. And I would say, just pro tip, if you know someone in said country, ask them to connect you with someone who is like-minded to you or someone that they know that you would personally connect with. Right? I mean, I think that that's the best way too. So try to build that community. And as community for me is someone who shares similar values, someone has the same goals. It's not solely just like someone that's from the same place. So definitely, I would say, and try to maybe connect, I would say, with two people. And as I said, build that before you arrive. And other ways, if you don't have a friend, I would say a meetup, volunteering, faith or community activities. And what's cool about small neighborhoods is, let's say, if there's like a coffee shop or a cafe that has like a certain kind of gathering, go there, introduce yourself. People love helping others who are like new in town. They really do because everyone knows what it feels like to be a beginner. Everyone knows what it feels like to be far from home. And then locals generally also want to help as well. And I know that as like a Black woman, especially, like community isn't just a nice to have, especially when you're in a space like Asia. You want to have places where you feel safe. You want to feel like a place you can talk to about the products that you're looking for, like where to go get a haircut. Like you also need also people who you could connect with that's going to understand some of the things that you're going to need in said country. Next, I would tell myself that feeling unrecognizable is absolutely normal. And what I mean by that is sometimes, with the new routines, new place, new language, it can kind of mess up with your confidence. Let's say you are like the super popular person back home and you normally just connect and vibe. It's not always going to just land that way immediately in the new country. And just know that that's okay. It takes a while. Like there's a process, right? It's a process. Like manage your expectations, don't change who you are, but just know that like some of the ways that we act or the some of the way that we move in our life is generally based on our environment, right? Some of it is survival and some of it is just cultural. So some things will land and be perfect in a new country and some things won't. So you'll know in time what those things are, but just know that it's absolutely okay. And, this is where, culture, move with respect and not consumption. So, meaning you are a guest in somebody's country. Just remember that. You're not a critic. You can observe and maybe talk in your chat with your friends, your besties, or what have you, maybe things that you're like, but don't do that out loud. Okay. Just remember you are a guest. Be open, be curious, and don't build your identity around complaining. And I think that's probably why the idea of living abroad, generally why maybe people feel like it's romanticized, because yes, I do think that we also don't want to complain because at the end of the day, you are a visitor in someone's country. But of course, yeah, in your private groups, you can nitpick, you can say things that you wish, but don't do that out. Don't do that. That can be a way to really create a line. And sometimes you might do it in like the way that you talk when you go to like a place of business. Just be very mindful and it will protect your peace. Just remember you're like in a new country. Like just keep reminding yourself you're in a new space and every country, every place, every city has their own customs and ideas. So once you have that like open mind, it will help you so that you're not going to another place and wanting it to be where you're from. So I'm at the end. So those are just some of the things that I would say. And if you don't remember, I'll go through my list just one more time. One is that you need to always remember that you're moving abroad, but you're moving abroad to build a full life. Like all the things that you used to do, like, your well-being, community, this is all part of living. You're living in a place. So don't just think about, oh, just going to the country. Understand that you will have to make a mindset shift. Like if you're just going over there like this is just who I am, you're not going to last. Okay? Money struggle. We don't if you're unfollowing me, we are not normalizing struggle at all. So make sure you know your numbers. Make sure that you also don't diminish or minimize what it is that you want. If you know that you want more things, then actually maybe prolong your time before you go abroad. I don't see the point of arriving into a country and not being able to have your comforts or your needs met. Next, I would say your well-being. Have your well-being plan started. Like start it before you even leave. So how are you going to nurture yourself or as you go through these changes and feeling complex, actually know what they are. And maybe think about what are you going to do when this happens? Or, maybe you're feeling frustrated or the bank didn't do this, or like have some type of plan in mind. Community, start connecting. I used to always tell my clients, you can also start finding people on threads. You can find people on Instagram. You can find people on YouTube like me. Like if sometimes people will hashtag where they are. If the person feels like someone that you would connect with, start following them and you can actually get into the DMs. Or if there's a group or an organization, just start connecting with people so that you're not waiting. um and another group that for my women out here, GGI, Girl Gone International, they have a group in every major city. Join them. It's also good because you can see what people are talking about. It's just a smart thing to do. And know that feeling unrecognizable is also normal. Like if you are a certain way or a certain person where you came from, you might go to a place and you're almost like I'll say nobody, but everybody's somebody, but you know what I mean, right? Like, but you may normal. Please move with some respect for the culture, please. Be curious. You're not there to criticize and critique every single thing. Um, And lastly, yes, things can be definitely unfinished and still be joyful. Things can be imperfect and can still be joyful. You could be like me and have an apartment that's still not 100% complete and still be content. Um, So, if you are watching this and you are a Black or Brown woman and you are looking to move to Asia, you may want to still continue following me. You may want to subscribe. You may want to comment and stay tuned if you are looking for the 7-step action plan to move to Asia without romanticizing it, right? We want to have a rich life, great well being, community, and the cash. And tell me, what do you think is the hardest part about moving right now? Is it money, well-being, or community? Always a pleasure. See you on the next video.